Samuel, good for you. 1 Samuel, chapter 5. Last week, the Philistines captured the Ark of God. And that's, but the Israelites were trying to use it. They thought, if we can go get the Ark out of the tabernacle, it'd be like a weapon. We can use it as a weapon against the Philistines. And, that's the way people do that. Religion is a very powerful thing. And it's a very powerful thing. And it's usually something, a force for good, but sometimes it can be a powerful force for bad, for evil. And that's just the truth of it. So they thought, that the Israelites thought, if we can get the Ark of God, that'd be almost like a bomb. We can destroy our enemies. But you can't manipulate God like that. And so they lost the battle. The Philistines got the Ark. And the Israelites went home. Oh, it's ruined. Everything is ruined. We've lost the Ark. Okay. That's chapter 4. Here's chapter 5. When the Philistines captured the Ark of God, they carried it home to one of their towns, a place called Ashdod. And the Philistines carried the Ark of God into the temple of their god, Dagon. And they set up the Ark in front of the idol of Dagon. Dagon was a Philistine god. And the idol was, I'll tell you what it looked like. Something like a mermaid, except it was had a beard. So I guess they called it a mermaid. But it was one of their gods. And in that time, and I'm afraid our time is not so different, when the two countries had a war, they thought of it as a war between their gods. Okay? So they captured what they thought was the God of Israel. And they brought it into their God's temple, Dagon, and they set it down. And they looked at the idols and said, "There, Dagon, you're obviously the stronger of the two. And by you, we have defeated the God of Israel." And celebrations and hooting and hollering. And finally, they're tired and they go to bed. And when the people of Ashdod arose early the next day and went into the temple, behold, the idol of Dagon had fallen and was face down in the dirt. Oh my! He said, "This is terrible. That's horrible. Pick up the idol." They picked up the idol of Dagon and they set it back on the stand. There, can't have the idol being disrupted that way. Oh, that was a close one. There must have been an earthquake or something. And they left. And that night they went to bed. And the Bible says the next morning they get up and they went into the temple of Dagon. And oh my! The idol of Dagon had fallen in front of the ark and crashed on the ground, and his head was gone. And his arms were missing. And then, "This is terrible. Look what happened to our God. This is awful. Here, come quick. Let's put our God back together." And they were working on it there. "I wonder how this happened. This is terrible." And someone said, "Oh, you're talking funny. Oh, what's that on your lip?" I said, "What do you mean? What lip was growing out?" I said, "You got a tumor in your lip." "I do?" "Well, you got a tumor in your ear." His ear started growing out. "Oh, well, you got a tumor on your cheek." "Ouch. Oh, the tumor started going. Oh, this is terrible. What's going on? This is horrible." And all of a sudden they see, "Look, a big rat." A rat started scurrying across the floor of the temple. "That's horrible. Look over there, another rat. This place is full of rats. Tumors and rats are breaking out everywhere. What's going on?" And they looked over and they saw the Ark of God and they said, "That's got to be the problem. Let's get rid of that thing." So they picked up the Ark of God and they took it down the road to the next village, the Philistine village. There's a place called Gath. And they said, here, take this. This is the Ark of God, the God of Israel. Keep that here. You want to keep that here? And they said, I don't know about that. You don't look very good with all those things sticking out of your face. They took it in, they put it in the village of Gath. And all of a sudden the people of Gath, they started, this is terrible. We get things sticking out of us. This is horrible. Let's get it out of here. So they pick it up, they bring it down to the next village. That's the village of Ekron. But before they get to the village gate, the elders of Ekron said, not so fast. We've heard what happened in those other places. We've heard of the God of Israel. We know what he did in Egypt. No way that's going to be done here. They said, oh, yes, it is. They push it in, and they put down the Ark of God there in the village of Ekron. And the people looked at each other and said, we got to get out of here. And that is the way that chapter ends. Short, isn't it? Every book in the Bible is short because it's so interesting.